So you've heard your favourite finance YouTubers, mainly based over in the US, talk about these different ETF funds like SPY, VOO, VTI, and you haven't got a Scooby-Doo what they're on about. And then when you search for those ticker symbols on your favourite investing platform here in the UK, you either can't find them at all, or you end up getting a screen that says, sorry, you're not a professional investor, or you haven't got a portfolio large enough to even think about it. So you end up in a really bad mood, you go and make a cup of tea, you put the TV on, and decide that you're just going to binge watch Squid Games on Netflix, and laugh at how much debt the players are in, at least compared to you. But wait, what if there was a way forward? A secret hack to invest in the same things as these funds without doing anything dodgy at all? Well, lucky for you, there is. And thanks to the global market of index funds and ETFs, you can invest in pretty much exactly what those funds invest in, but do it in a way that suits us. And that's exactly what this video is about. I'm going to take some of the most popular US-based funds and ETFs that you'll always hear people talk about and give you their direct equivalent, or as close as we can equivalent of ones that we can buy here in the UK. I'll make sure you get all the information you need, including their ticker symbol, and I'll also double check that they're on some of the most popular platforms that we use to invest. And as an added bonus at the end, I'll let you know how I choose the funds that I invest in and a couple of different tools and methods that I go about finding them, because there are hundreds and thousands to look for. Then once you finish watching Squid Games, you can invest to your heart's content. So very quickly, let's remind ourselves why we can't just buy these American funds anyway. Well, quite simply, they're domiciled in the US and they don't conform to our reporting standards based on European legislation called UCITS. And this stands for Undertakings Collective Investments in Transferable Securities. Very boring indeed. I don't know a huge amount of information, but unless a fund reports on UCITS standards, you can't buy it here in the UK unless you're a professional investor and do some weird stuff in the background. But as we mentioned earlier, do not despair, there are plenty of other options out there. We've got loads of different funds we can choose from which do have UCITS reporting standards, which means that we can pretty much get access to exactly the same as our American cousins over the pond. And just before I jump straight into that, remember I'm not a financial advisor. I do not claim to, so please make sure you do all of your own research, get help if you need it, and look after yourself. But now with that being said, let's jump straight into the big one, the SPY. No, not international, no, it's to do with the stock market. So you'll hear this one all over the place, probably referenced sometimes in the news, or your favourite financial YouTuber, they'll always refer to the SPY. And essentially all this is an ETF that tracks the S&P 500 over in the States. And specifically, this is the State Street Global Advisors ETF Trust. As you may already know by now, an S&P 500 ETF fund is essentially tracking the 500 largest market cap companies in the US, and that's based on Standard & Poor's list that they compile. This is a whopping great fund, and I think a lot of the reason people refer to it is because it's got a pretty good name, at least beats some of our ones. So in order to find an equivalent to SPY, all we need to do really is find a fund which tracks the S&P 500. And as you may already know, there's a ton out there, so this one's going to be a really easy one. Some of the most popular funds you can choose from will include ones from Vanguard, for example, Vanguard's S&P 500 funds. There's also one from iShares and one from Invesco too. There are definitely a few more, and I'll pop them all on screen now for you so you can have a look. Everyone's got very low fees. As you can imagine, this is a very competitive space, and it's quite a simple one for them to put together because it really is just a passive tracker of the 500 biggest companies. And if you do want to invest in one of these funds, you could potentially open a new account with free trade. I do use them myself. There is a link in the description below. If you want to get a new free share just for opening an account, I'll get one too, and then happy days, free money. Now on to the other popular US funds. So what about these popular ones, which you've probably heard of as well? So we're looking at stuff like VTSAX, VTI, or even VOO. Well, quite easily we can knock out VOO straight away. That's just Vanguard's edition of the S&P 500 low-cost index tracker, so exactly the same as SPY and exactly the same as a ton of other ones. But VTSAX and VTI are slightly different, and this is where it gets a little bit more complicated, but we can still work out an equivalent of what you might like to invest in. So VTSAX and VTI are very similar, apart from the fact that one is an ETF and one's a mutual fund. So VTSAX is a mutual fund and VTI is an ETF, meaning that you buy it like a share. It's just trading on the stock market. It will typically have a lower price to get in, and of course it won't have the same benefits necessarily as a fund will. There are always little minor differences, of course, and in a mutual fund you're going to have maybe slightly higher costs to get into, but the ETF on the other side will have much lower costs of entry, and of course you can just trade it back and forth all day long. But most importantly though, what are these funds trying to emulate and what are they trying to do? Well, VTSAX and VTI are both total North American stock market. So essentially what they're trying to do is say every single company that trades in the United States, in North America, anything that's publicly available to buy as an equity, then they want to have that inside their portfolio. So that will give you exposure to large caps, mid caps, small caps, so pretty much everything, not just the big boys, not just your S&P 500, but all those smaller companies as well. And that ends up being thousands of different organizations. There are a number of benefits to having this rather than just the S&P 500, and I did a video on this recently talking about how powerful and how impressive the growth of small cap stocks can be. That's both here in the UK and in the States as well. Small cap companies, although they tend to be a bit more volatile, have grown faster and a lot quicker than some of the large caps done. Because you can imagine it's a lot easier to grow from 1 million to 10 million than it is trying to grow from 100 million to a billion. For a UK equivalent, it's actually quite difficult to find one of these, which is an ETF, but for a mutual fund, there is one on Vanguard's website directly, and this one's called the US Equity Index Fund. This one's pretty close and has got 4,000 stocks inside of it, which covers all different sizes in that North American market. The only downside, of course, is it's a mutual fund, that there is going to be a minimum charge to get in. You're looking at a £500 one-off cost or either a £100 a month regular payment. Let me stop you there. This is Future Toby. Just to come in very quickly, though this fund that I mentioned available on the Vanguard website is actually available on other platforms, and I've also found it on Hargreaves Lansdown, may be available on other brokers too. And one of the benefits from buying it in another platform, in this example, and Hargreaves Lansdown say that all you need to do is invest £100 lump sum or £25 of regular payments. So if you were looking to get into this fund and you didn't necessarily want to open up an account with Vanguard and you wanted to go with another broker, this could be a good way to do it. Back to you. Other than that, it could be a potentially really nice long-term hold, this one, but as usual, make sure you do all of your own research and look up all the information. Now, outside of that, unless my research has done me really badly, I'm struggling to find an ETF which covers that whole North American market. There's lots of ETFs which cover the S&P 500, and of course there are which some cover the small cap stocks and the Russell 2000, but I can't seem to find one which covers everything in one. So in this scenario, we'd have to build our own. So here's what I would say to do in this scenario, but please do all of your own research. I would get my S&P 500 fund, and then I would also combine it with something like a Russell 2000 index, which is essentially an index of the smaller companies, around 2,000 or so of them, which fall below the S&P 500. And of course that gives you exposure to all those potentially very fast growing but more highly volatile smaller companies. So funds that cover the Russell 2000 index, for example, you might want to look at the SPDR Russell 2000 small caps, or you could also look at the X-Trackers Russell 2000 ETF, and these both will be on the screen now for you, including their ticker symbols. Now let's go on to the next section, which is looking at a really popular index, QQQ, which is essentially Invesco's fund, and this covers the NASDAQ. So of course, this is a stock market index which tracks high-tech, disruptive companies, and this will include all of your house favorites. So you're looking at companies like Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, Tesla, Google, etc. Again, you won't be able to find QQQ and access it from the UK, but because this market is so popular, it's really easy to get an equivalent of QQQ to give yourself exposure just to the popular NASDAQ stocks. So here are a couple of popular ones, and I'll pop them on screen now for you. So firstly, we're looking at Invesco's, which is the EQQQ, or there is a version from iShares from BlackRock, which is their NASDAQ 100, and this trades as CNX1. And of course, after a quick search on free traders, I'll put it on the screen now, I can see that EQQQ has a slightly lower price point, so it might be easier to get into, but again, worth doing all of your research, but these two will be very similar in terms of what they're trying to achieve. So as promised, I did say toward the end, I'll give you a bit of advice and I'll give you a bit of a tip in how I search for different funds and how I do videos like this to find equivalent funds and give you all the information you need. Because the only challenge with funds, like a lot of stocks, is there's thousands out there and it's actually quite difficult to choose and try and differentiate which one's good, which one's bad, which is going to get me the most returns, etc. It's quite challenging. Well, you could of course just have a browse on your favorite investment platform. I use platforms like Hargreaves Lansdown and Free Trade, etc. I can just have a little look around and see what funds they want to supply me with, but I much prefer to have an external platform to give me a mix of all of them. So one of my favorite tools is using a website called justetf.com, and this covers a huge range of funds and gives you all the information that you could want in a nice simple place that you can search around. So for example, let me just put up on screen now and go for a very simple workflow. So if I want to find funds that cover the S&P 500 or maybe even the FTSE 100, I just need to go to the ETF screener on the website, list it by category, and then I can choose either the S&P 500 or the FTSE 100. But in this example, let's go through to the FTSE 100. I'll then get to a section which tells me there's 11 different ETFs which track the market. I can then break them further down, whether I'm looking at how much they might cost, how big the fund size is, for example, and all the little intricacies and other little details which you might want to find out. And then of course you can use that as part of your good due diligence in doing all of your own research. This is a fantastic tool, covers all the major indexes. I use it plenty of times to make sure and compare different funds in a really, really quick way. Anyway, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Nice and quick, nice and straightforward. Drop me a like if you found it useful. Subscribe for many, many more. I'll see you guys in the next one. And as usual, and as always, happy investing.